Welcome to GoLocal Live at the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Molly O'Brien. Our friend, musician Johnny Gates, is here in studio. Johnny, how are you?
Molly, what's up?
So glad to have you back. I'm having fun. We're going to hang out. We're going to chat for a little bit, and then we're going to mix things up. You're going to play some music. Your friend that you've known for a long time, fellow bandmate, is going to come in and hang out too. So we're just going to have a good time before the holidays.
It's going to get wild in here.
It's going to get wild.
It's the holidays.
It is. Cool. So we're so glad to have you back. You have a holiday show coming up at the Met, which is on Saturday, January 23rd. Kicks off at about 7:30. So we wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. But you're recently back from this just like wild tour. You went across country. You started out in Boston, wrapped up in Seattle. How was that?
It was just that. It was crazy. Yeah, we went from Boston to Seattle, which was nuts. 2 months on the road with Troy, who was on The Voice with me. And we did like a minivan for half the tour. And then we flew out to LA, and then we used I have like an SUV out in LA, and then we did the West Coast in that. So it was like close quarters, but we never argued once. I mean,
That's really good.
Yeah, and like one of our friends works at like a really nice hotel company, and he gave me this like code to use like basically once to like lie and say I was his brother. And we definitely used it like 14 times on this tour. So we got a little bougie, which was cool.
And have you scoot over towards
yeah. But it was awesome. I mean, some of the shows were like sold out. We purposely wanted to do smaller type venues, so we did like 75 cap or like 100 cap venues, and a couple of them were sold out, which was nuts. So yeah.
That is so incredible. You know, I was looking at pictures. I was looking at some of the video you guys posted. It looks like you had a great time. Like you mentioned, you played with Troy, who is also a Rhode Island native, grew up around here, grew up in Newport. But did I see something about Jacob Dylan?
Oh yeah, so that was
like
actually
Bob Dylan's son. Like, was he around there?
Yeah.
Or?
So there's this artist. His name's Butch Walker, and he's literally like my idol. So Butch, if you're watching, what up? And he had this competition to open up for him, and like a total nerd, I entered the contest.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I never do stuff like that.
Why not though?
Like a TV show, but I entered
except for that really big
except for that contest.
Singing competition.
Yeah. But like online contests, like I never do that. I like petrified of that stuff. So I entered, and then I actually ended up winning the spot to open. And Jacob Dylan, Bob Dylan's son, was like the co-headliner with Butch. So I got to open up for like Jacob Dylan, which was wild. And he played like one headlight with Butch. And then Butch played, who's like please, if you guys haven't heard Jacob Dylan or Butch Walker, look them up. Butch has produced so many hits and written so many pop songs that you already know. But they're just like great musicians and just great guys. But yeah, Jacob Dylan. I mean, he looks like Bob Dylan. Yeah, it was just cool. I love Bob Dylan. So.
I mean, that's so live. So you were able to like be part of that. Were there some other guest musicians, other people that you collaborated with along the tour?
Yeah, so we actually picked out some of our buds from The Voice, like throughout the country, and would have them come and like open up the show or like jump in on a song. And so yeah, we did that like in a few cities, and then we would just basically like find friends and like crash on their couch. We had a few days off in cities, so like we just had fun. You know, I feel like some tours, especially me as a singer, I used to try to be like really serious and be like, I need to protect my voice and like all this stuff.
Drinking tea.
I was like, that on this tour. And just like me and Troy were like, we're gonna have fun on this. We just went through like 6 months of like crazy stress on The Voice, and we're like, we're gonna do the opposite and just have fun. And so for like 2 months we just partied, and I'm pretty happy just to be standing here alive.
You made it. I mean, just physically making the trip from Boston across country and singing along the way, I think that's pretty intense. So we're glad to have you back.
Yeah.
I literally just put him on the spot and was like, hey, go grab your guitar. You're playing for us. So your pal Jamie, can we bring that in? Is going to grab your guitar. You know how to do it. You're professional.
Yeah, we'll do it up. Right on. Thanks, dude.
Thanks. And then you're gonna hang out with me, Jamie, and then we're gonna talk. So
and then
I'm gonna
Jamie Jarbo's coming on.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have you scoot over a little bit.
Solo set.
What do you want to sing for us? I'm gonna scoot out of the way and have Mr. Gates here sing for us.
What should I play? No Vacancy? You want to hear a new song that like no one's ever heard?
Yes, we always want to hear something new.
In the history of the world. All right, this one's called No Vacancy. I wrote it in a hotel. that had vacancy.
Is this gonna be on the EP?
Because I stayed there. Yeah, I'm actually doing an EP. I'm going back to LA the first week of January and recording, and finally releasing music.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been too long. Music that's not Selena Gomez and Rod Stewart. All right. I think this is the right key. Yeah. No vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. We're not supposed to be. No vacancy, no vacancy. So you want my heart, don't ya? You want me to hand it over? Chase you all around the city, 'cause they all say you're so pretty. But I should've warned you, my heart don't make sense. 'Cause falling for me, girl, is dangerous. No vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. We're not supposed to be. No vacancy, no vacancy. I bet you think I make a good story. You write it all down, get all the glory. You better run as fast as you can, 'cause we were done before it began. And I should've warned you, my heart don't make sense. 'Cause falling for me, girl, is dangerous. No vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. We're not supposed to be. No vacancy, no vacancy. No vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. We're not supposed to be. No vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. We're not supposed to be. No vacancy, no vacancy.
Alright, Demi, go hang out next to Johnny.
Alright.
Okay, make sure you guys just stand right next to each other.
Cool.
Alright, so I'm gonna hang out over here.
I feel like a host right now.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about this show. It's Saturday night
So
at
yeah.
the Met, and you guys have a couple other. First of all, how do you guys know each other?
So Jamie actually, I was sitting behind Jamie in a drama class in high school, and I had long hair. So
Yeah, so I assumed, I was like 16 at the time, and I assumed that every lead singer of bands had to have long hair. So I don't even know if he sang or even did anything, but I just leaned over, tapped him, I was like, dude, you got long hair, man, you want to sing for our band?
literally, we've been a band
That's
for
it, and then,
13
like, literally,
years,
that's like-
14 years,
Yeah, it's crazy.
50 years.
So Rhode Island.
I
so
know, right?
fun.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So then, and so what's really cool about this specific show is that it's our band playing. So we've been playing together forever. The opener is this guy Josh Knoyer, and I mean Josh was in our band for like a bunch of years.
Yeah.
He's one of our best friends in the world. He lives in Nashville now, along with Jamie, who
Yep.
lives in Nashville, because we all used to live in Nashville. And then Dan Mills is playing, who's another, like, he's from Cranston, Providence area. He lives in New York now, but we're just stoked to like get the band back together and play. We haven't played a band show since like June.
Since June, yeah, and our drummer's back here living now, actually, so he'll be up there with us too.
So it's tough because like we're scattered across the country right
Yeah.
now. I'm in LA, he's in Nashville, Matt's in Providence. So it's like we had our first rehearsal a couple days ago. It sounded good.
Sounded good.
It sounded good.
It's
We're
kind of
not
like we
rusty.
haven't.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
we have
kinda like
rehearsal tonight.
Missed the beat.
And then the show Saturday. And yeah, I try to do like a holiday show every single, Christmas or whatever. And this is this year's, and hopefully, yeah, it's at the Met. Awesome venue. And it's like probably my favorite venue. Like the best people.
It's killer for sure.
Mike Delahanty, our dude, books over there. He's like our first ever manager. Like when we were like 18 years old.
18, yeah.
So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be very Providence. And yeah, we're pumped to be home.
So Runaway Saints fans, definitely get your tickets.
Yes.
Johnny Gates fans, get your tickets. What's it like being back in Rhode Island though together? Like you said, you're down in Nashville.
Yeah.
Music scene is just
Crazy.
blowing up. I mean,
It's-
it's always been like country music scene, but like everybody's down there now, right?
Yeah.
So what's it like just being able to bring that vibe
It's
back to
like
Providence?
it's cool. I mean, it's definitely a rad spot to be because it's constant music, and there's like I think now it's like 90 plus people moving there like a day, so it's kind of like chaotic. But yeah, I mean we like Johnny always said, it's like kind of where like we honed our ability to like learn how to like write songs and stuff there. So it's really cool to like bring it back here and just travel around. It's awesome.
And have
Really
some
rad.
fun.
Have
Definitely.
some fun for sure.
I've been back for like a week and a half. I've gained 15 pounds. So that's a positive.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're so glad. I'm going to squeeze in here and say thank you, everyone, so much. If you want, check out the Runaway Saints. A couple other people on the bill as well. The show is Saturday night at the Met. Tickets $10 in advance, $12 at the door, right?
Yeah. We'll see you there.
You got the info. You have to go check them out. Happy holidays to your
Happy
family
holidays,
and
Molly.
your
Thank you
friends.
so much for having
Thanks
us.
for having
Happy
us.
holidays,
Awesome.
everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here on Go Local Live. Appreciate your viewership. Guess what? After this, we have a special wedding show for you. So if you're planning on attending a wedding, check it out. A Guide to Forever. Rick Simone takes over the helm. Thank you again. Happy holidays. Please be safe. There's kind of like some wintry weather happening tomorrow. So be safe, plan ahead, and enjoy. I'm Molly O'Brien. Thanks again.
Later.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News editor Kate Nagel. It's a busy day here in studio because we're mixing it up a little bit. 4 o'clock is Rick Simone with a special wedding show for you. But as we do every Thursday, I'd like to have in the former state representative, former Deputy Secretary of State, who now heads up the nonprofit Stages of Freedom, Ray Rickman, into the studio to give his big view, so we've got him here now.
Thank you, Kate. Merry Christmas, everybody. So I made notes. I make notes sometimes. I went with a large number of neighbors, most of us from College Hill, to a planning department meeting at Providence Annex City Hall the other night. Brown University came in and asked for permission to tear down 5 1890s historic houses on Waterman and Angel. 2 main streets on the east side. You drive by this whole block of historic houses and they want to tear them down and build an art center. Glass and metal, you know what it looks like. Now, if you thought for 2 minutes, you would say how Kafka-like this is, tearing down historic houses in the heart of College Hill National Historic District. Now, you or I can't do that, you know that. So why can Brown do it? Well, they're in an institutional zone. It was created. And the deal was they'd stay in that zone, land they already owned, in exchange for being able to do things in the zone that you wouldn't normally be able to do, tear down historic houses. So here's the first problem. They haven't stayed within the zone. They've had it extended 4 or 5 times in the last 20 years. That's your first problem, that these deal, they don't honor it, and the city permits them to buy additional land. The second problem is when you tear down 1890s houses lived in by the super rich, they will never be replaced. But it weakens College Hill as a tourist attraction, as a place to study, as a place to look at fabulous architecture, some of the best architecture on the East Coast. Now, Brown has, they have this thing that every 2 years they come to the city and ask to tear down historic houses. It's like automatic. It's like they got a clock and they come in to do it. Now this one's worse than any, because on this night at planning, they were there to talk about building a wellness center on a piece of land they own behind CBS on Thayer. They bought that land and added it 2 years ago to the institutional zone. The city gave them permission to expand the zone, and they were in the other night talking about building a wellness center on this new part of the zone. And then at the same meeting, same time, same presentation, they were talking about their right to tear down historic houses because we make them live in an institutional zone. Are you listening? It was so Kafka-like, it was unbelievable, in the same setting, out of the mouth of the same person. Now it gets even more unbelievable. You ready? On July 19th, Brown University went to the state and borrowed $171 million to do bonds, to build 4 or 5 new buildings and to fix 5 or 6 buildings. You with me? $171 million. Now, $61 million of that money was to pay off bonds that they borrowed through the state in 2007. So they got the state to give them the money to pay off the loan the state had helped them get in bond money in 2007. I wish I could get Sears or somebody to pay my Sears bill for me. Are you listening? How unbelievable this is. The Providence Preservation Society is leading an effort to stop them from tearing down the 5 houses. I want you to help. I want you to help. They should not be able to use our bond money to tear down our historic district. Merry Christmas.